RLCS is back, baby, which means predictions videos are also back. Now, quick reminder, we are going to have a Copenhagen Kick-Off LAN here in a couple weeks, which means Europe and North America are running their Open 1 at the same time because the Kick-Off LAN is going to take the top 6 from both the regions and have them compete on LAN. So the top 6 of this region will not compete online. They're going to be in person for this event, which makes this event unique in that way. So we have North America predictions today. You'll have Europe later this week, probably on Thursday. Let's get right into it. There was a few upsets in Swiss. Dignitas didn't make it through. Unfortunate. Foot did go round 5 here, and these brackets are insanity. But that's nothing new with RLCS. But just look at Group A versus Group B over here. I mean, you have literally like the top 3-ish teams. Well, out of like the top 8, you have like 6 of them on one side, which is insane because only 4 can make it through, which is unfortunate for a regional where you're going to get to go to a LAN. So going to be interesting how this plays out, but let's get right into it. Space Station Foot. Space Station looking good, guys. I'm going to continue on that horse of I think Space Station is going to be NA number 2 by the end of the season, potentially earlier than that if they keep up this form. So I'm going to have 3-0 here. Foot, not inspiring. I mean, just not inspiring through Swiss. They went round 5. They lost teams they shouldn't, I think. Let me double check that before I make crazy claims. They're in Swiss A. Foot, who did they lose to? They lost to Kittens, which is Team Evo of last year. They lost to Top Le. And yeah. So 2 teams that they should technically be better than, but are not. Although Top Le is arguable. Let's get back over here though. Rebellion M80. Rebellion did go 3-1 through Swiss. They lost to 100X over here in round 3. I'm still going to have them here, but I'm going to give a game to M80. M80 did go to round 4, so they're looking pretty good. That's Mech, Devo, and Eris, by the way. Energy, Unreal. I don't think this will be close. I don't know. I'm doing 4. It should be 3L. Unreal is Gyro, Life, and Drury. And so it's Energy. They're the world champs. Sorry, probably gonna have them win this whole thing. Boring. Redacted versus Top Le. Redacted looking good. This is Talk 2-Piece and Wavy. Top Le is Creams, Parth, and Calm. Looking better than I thought they would. I thought Calm could have been on a better team, but I mean, he knows what he's doing more than I do, and they look pretty good. So I'm gonna go 3-0 for Redacted. No, I'm just kidding. We'll go 3-2. I think these teams are actually pretty close, in my opinion. So far, we've only really had Swiss to look at, so we'll see. Space Station Rebellion. This is interesting. Rebellion's not inspiring confidence with that Swiss run, but I'm still gonna have them winning this. But if they match up in the playoffs, I think I'm gonna have Space Station win that, but we'll see if they match up. Energy Rejected. I'm still gonna go 3. We'll go 3-1. Give some respect. Nah, I'm sorry. No respect. 3-0. Energy, World Champs. Sorry, World Championships was literally like 2 months ago, so I would assume Energy is still in pretty good form. They only dropped 1 game in Swiss, and it was to Gas. Otherwise, they went perfect. So let's get into the lower bracket here. This is interesting. Foot M80. Man, this is why the groups need to be seeded differently. I don't know. Food did inspire confidence. Do I have M80 win this? I think I have M80 winning this. I'm going to go 3-2 though. It could go either way. Just based off of Swiss form, I think I'm going to M80. They won when they should have. Who did they lose to? They lost to 1 team only, and it was Genji, which is fine, and they took a game. So Unreal, Top Le. I have Top Le here, 3-1. I don't think it'll be too close. Life is only in his 2nd season. Still much to learn, but they could get better throughout the season. This is a team I'm watch out for a little more than others. Redacted M80, I gotta go Redacted, but we'll go 3-2. We'll give some respect to M80, but Redacted are looking pretty good, and I've heard good thing about their scrims, but you know, scrims aren't the event, so we'll see how they do in playoffs. Space Station top left, I got Space Station here, 3. I'll go 3-1. I meant to press 1. I feel comfortable with that. I think Space Station is still a better team. Let's go to Group B. Group B, Genji versus Seal. Seal is Panda, Percy, and Knight. I had to look at my other screen. Almost had it memorized, guys. I'm getting there. Genji versus Seal. I'm going to go 3-0. I do think Genji is better with Rise. They look good. In Swiss especially. They look comfortable. Kittens versus Gas. Honestly, I have this going game 5, but I got Kittens. I mean, Gas just, you know, all 3 of them are great players who don't scrim. So, if they scrimmed, I'd have them winning this, probably. 100X versus Feastabonium. Gotta give some respect to 100X. Feastabonium, by the way, I've double checked who they are. Cosmic, Abdom, and Hazo. They're players you always see in ranked, but not too far in events. Lotus versus Silence. Lotus is the team with Nolly. It's Expert, Nolly, and Wellis. And Silenced is Resinol, Pigeon, and Lev. Which I don't even know who they are, to be honest. I'm going to go Lotus. 3-2. I'm not super confident in that. Silenced and Swiss. I mean, they made it. Right, so we'll go 3-2 for them. Genji, Kittens. I think that's going to be easily Genji. I'm going to go sweep there too. 100X versus Lotus. Give respect to 100X, guys. 3-0 through Swiss. They're looking pretty good. I think in the last chance qualifier, they made top 4. So they're on a roll lately. 3-1. We'll go 3-1. Lower bracket of Group E. Seal versus Gas. I got Seal here. 3-1. Feastabonium versus Silenced. I got Feastabonium. 3-2. Not super confident in that. That could go either way. Actually, what am I saying? I'm 100% correct. All my predictions are going to be perfect, guys. Lotus 8 versus Seal. I think I got Seal here. Panda and Percy always have random upsets. So I guess I wouldn't call this an upset, but I think it's an upset for them to make top 8. But they're kind of lucky with the group they're in. So I'm going to go 3-2 right there. Kittens versus Feastabonium. I got Kittens. They're a consistent team. They play an old school style. So I have them making top 8, which makes this our bracket. Let me pull this up if I can. Oh my goodness. What is happening, guys? Okay. This is our bracket. Interesting. So these top 4 teams in the upper quarterfinals are guaranteed the Copenhagen LAN. Because if you lose this, right, you're still top 6. So this is all played at the Kick-Off LAN. So lots of pressure on these 4 teams to make top 6, because then you're making a LAN. And that's big. And if any of these 3 teams make it, you're probably getting an org. And currently none of them have one. So gonna be interesting. Kittens versus Redacted. I have Redacted. I think they're just better. I'm just gonna go 4-1, right? Talk 2-piece. And Wavy has a good team. They have some LAN experience. So and some good high pressure experience with the last chance qualifier. They're looking better. I'm excited to see them continue progressing. Space Station Seal. I'm Space Station, like I keep saying. This is going to be a 4-0 for Space Station, I think. Which makes this our top 6 teams. So these top 16 teams will be going to the Copenhagen LAN. 100%. I'm definitely right. NRG versus 100X. I have NRG here easily for... we'll go 4-1. Energy like randomly drops games that they shouldn't, but it's fine. Gen G versus Rebellion. Now, here's my logic, okay? Hear me out. Rebellion, in my opinion, got worse replacing Chronic. I think Chronic is better than Kofor. And Gen G got better because Rise always elevates his team. That's just what he does. He's never been on a team that he hasn't made a little better. So my logic is I have Gen G winning this. 4-2. We'll go game 6. I think Rebellion still have some things to work out here. They could be a great team. I just don't think they are yet, guys. Which I know is a hot take for some reason, but I really don't think replacing Chronic with Kofor is a good move, in my opinion. So we'll see how it plays out. They could get better. If anyone's going to figure it out, Violent Panda is a great coach. And he could definitely figure it out for this team. But that depends on egos and whatnot of the team. So we'll see. Rebellion versus Redacted. Now, these are all on LAN. So that changes everything. Remember, this is not online. Much harder to play Perfect Rocket League on LAN as opposed to online. So that means LAN experience is coming into play, which means I definitely have Rebellion here 4-1. I don't think it would be super close on LAN. If this was online, I would have this probably game 6, maybe game 7, still with Rebellion winning. But it's not online. This is a literally in-person event for them. There's no crowd. So that's interesting, it being on LAN. So it's kind of similar thing here. I think Space Station has more LAN experience. Even if they didn't online, I'd still have them winning. I'm going to go 4-0. I don't think it'd be super close. Okay, this is where it gets super interesting. I think these are the general consensus top 4 teams. I mean, there's some arguments to be made for some others and whatnot, but I think this is the general consensus. So funny how that worked out. NRG Rebellion. NRG, recent world champs. I mean, it was literally 2 months ago. Still in form. I'm going to go 4-2, game 6. Gen G Space Station. I don't know, guys. Gen G's looking good, and the fact that this is on LAN makes it more interesting to me because Rise is a LAN player, Magic Bear does fine, Justin is a LAN player. Versus the Space Station crew, they're all solid on LAN, but don't specifically stand out. So I think I have Gen G here, 4-3. We'll go game 7 Cinema. I think it could go either way, but I'm going to lean towards the LAN experience of Gen G, of Justin and Rise. Still lots on Space Station, which is why I have a game 7. And, you know, Open 2 and Open 3, I think I have Space Station winning this. But it's still early season. I think Space Station still got some things to figure out with Xperia and whatnot. But for now, leaning on the experience of Justin and Rise. Gen G, Energy. Guys, is it boring if I pick Energy? I think that's just how it is, guys. Like, we'll go 4-1. I don't think it'll be super close. Energy, great team. Like I said, Worlds was 2 months ago. Like, they're still in form, probably. So I think they're winning this regional. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't, because again, this is their 3rd season together, and eventually it's got to end, right? But yeah, so NRG are my world, well, they're the world champions. They're the Open 1 regional champions. This is on LAN, right? So after this is done, this is going to be in 2 weeks. Then they're going to play in a Kick-Off LAN with Europe, whoever wins that. My predictions for Europe will be out this Thursday, but let me know your thoughts on North America right now. I think these brackets are insane, so this top 8 isn't necessarily representative of the top 8 teams because Group A is stacked. But so far, interesting. That's all I have to say about this regional, because Swiss was interesting. Watching some teams, some were way better than I thought, some were way worse than I thought. Space Station is already at a form that I didn't think they would be at. Rebellion is worse than I thought they were. Genji's better than I thought they'd be. 100X is way better than I thought they'd be. Trying to think of who else. Redacted. Dignitas freaking falling out of Swiss kind of pissed me off. I made a whole video about how they could be a dark horse for a major, and then they don't even make a main event in the region, so that's annoying. But hopefully they pick it up in Open 2 and 3 so that I can look like I know what I'm doing. But thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. Subscribe, like the video. Again, Europe predictions coming out on Thursday. I will see all of y'all then.